Oh, greetings to you, fans and friends. It's me, Jake, doing my bunny rabbit. Welcome aboard. Happy Tuesday. I am here. I'm live. I had just had a nice burger lunch with our friend Christella, who's in the house talking to Lady Jerry, who neither one of them is here for the show today. What else is new? You know, it's hard. Some people want to be in show business, and some people don't want to be in show business. But here we are. It's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Hey, Dave. May the pants be elsewhere. Keys, welcome aboard. Dave, National Candied Orange Peel Day. That sounds terrible. Ed, greetings to you in Oaktown. Bob, greetings. I can't remember where we are in the Bible. Are the people still wandering around? Well, surprise! It's a big day for the chosen people today, Rachel, in the Children's Bible. Craig, greetings to you. Keith, hello to you in Florida. And you're no bunny till somebody loves you. So till somebody loves you. Nice pick. That's a good one. So this is a bunny. I guess it is a bunny, isn't it? All right, I'm going to get rid of the bunny. Terrific Tuesday, Brad. Yes, sir, sir. So let's jump that down. I jump right into the Children's Bible, but Christella said she was going to come out and say hello. So I hate to get into it. Let me tell you about my day so far. Up early. Tuesdays. Is the Bible story the one where the Transformers build the ark? No, not today. That's happening in the ancient aliens in the Bible, Bob. So today got up early. Well, actually, I woke up at 5:15, and normally I had the alarm set for 6, and then went to jiu-jitsu class this morning. It was a good one today. Let me turn on this light, get a little brighter. I think it's nicer with it a little bit brighter. So went to jiu-jitsu this morning, had a good morning class, then went to meet some friends for a brunch at 10:30, and then Christella came at noon, and we just went and had a burger. So it's been a nice day of eating and socializing, and I have tomorrow off from jiu-jitsu, so that's relaxing. So today in the Children's Bible, as you may remember, last week in the Bible, the Israelites, led by Moses, have been on the loose in the Sinai for a while, and it's not that big. From Egypt to the Sinai to Israel, Canaan, the Promised Land, it's not that far. So it's hard to believe they're wandering around out there for all this time, but in fact they are. So from his camp in the Paran Desert, Moses sent 12 men to spy out Canaan, the land which God had promised to the people of Israel. The men carefully explored the country, and after 40 days, which is a solid amount of time, that's more than a month, checking out the Promised Land, bringing with them handfuls of grapes, figs, and pomegranates, "It's a rich country flowing with milk and honey," they told Moses and Aaron. "But the people are strong, and they live in great walled cities. We could never be able to overcome them." So it turns out the original chosen people, the Israelites, were colonists, kind of. That's, I think, what's going on here. So they get to the Promised Land, and there's some people already in the Promised Land. Sound familiar? Well, that's what's going on. In spite of this report, Caleb, from the tribe of Judah, was eager to invade at once and take possession of the country. But the others who had been with him on the expedition were afraid. We would be defeated, they said. And to make their argument convincing, they pretended they had seen a race of giants. Sound familiar, Bob? In Canaan. Giants, beside whom the Israelites would look like grasshoppers. So the Israelites are afraid to go into Canaan because there's some giants in there, or so they say. Is it a lie? Is it true? Is it untrue? Well, we don't know for sure right now. For 40 years, the children of Israel continued to wander in the wilderness. So they're afraid of giants, so they stay in the wilderness. They don't go into Canaan. It's the land of milk and honey, but there's already some people there, so they don't go in because they're not sure that they could beat them in a fight. And this is a tough one for the Israelites. They're the away team here. In time, Aaron died, and Moses knew that he too would soon die. So he called Joshua, son of Nun, and said, I'm old and will never reach Canaan. You must lead our people there. We're tired of cowering here in the desert. We got to either fight these jerks who are in charge of the promised land or live out here in the desert. Be strong and of good heart. Do not be afraid, for God will be with you. Now, he could have said this 40 years ago, but that's the best you can do. Then Moses inscribed the law of God on 2 tablets, we've already heard this, of stone, for he knew that without the guidance of the Israelites would soon take to evil ways. They've already built a golden calf. We know this about them. You can't leave them alone for too long without some stone tablets. The priest kept the tablets in a golden chest called the Ark of the Covenant, which we all know from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And you don't want to open that thing up. And so that's where the 10 Commandments are in the Ark of the Covenant. Having blessed his people, Moses went to the summit of Mount Pisgah, where God showed him the whole of the promised land, stretching from Gilead, Dan, Judah, and the distant sea in the west to the southern valley of Jericho, city of palm trees. And so Moses dies then, and they bury him, and the people wept for 30 days, which is a long time of crying. When you think about, like, if you have a good cry, it's hard to even cry for 2 minutes, half an hour, 30 minutes. That's a long time. The people cried for 30 days when Moses died. They wept for 30 days, which is long. 40 years in the desert, though. This guy's their leader. Since his death, there's never been a prophet like him in Israel. He was a man who had the courage to defy Pharaoh and lead his people out of Egypt, a man who stood face to face with God. This Moses, yes, he's awesome. I feel like he could have launched them into Canaan in the battle sooner. Then there's some more stories about they got to fight the Philistines, and once they get into the promised land, there's problems there. The people there believe in Baal. That's a real problem. So, anyway, the Israelites, they're now in the promised land of Canaan. So that's all good news. So that's great. Laura, you're coming in hot from Miami. Hello to you. Wow. Dave and Jen, you're busy. Has the holy vodka well been discovered yet? No, I don't think that's happened yet. Honey-infused whiskey, I'm not sure what the land of milk and honey really refers to. Is it really just milk and honey? That tells me that there's people there ahead of time. If there's milk and honey, you'd be more impressed with chocolate and vodka, Rich. Yeah, I get it. You had a road trip yesterday, Weege. That sounds like fun. Lady Jerry and I are looking for road trips to take. Dave, your cat puked on the couch. Oh, that's pretty much how the rest of the day is going. That sounds terrible. Oh, Julie, you're an Iowa girl born and raised in Gladbrook. Wow, that's where my parents are from. That's where Grandma and Grandpa Johansson are from.
Have you finished the Bible story?
Yeah, finished the Bible story.
Good timing.
Lady Jerry and Christella coming in hot.
Hi. Hi.
Look who's here.
Hi, everybody. Last time I was here with you when you did a Bible story, you did it at the end. I was going to say hello really quick, and then you just sat me down and made me hear the story. How was the story?
Well, I was telling you before the show a little bit. So, the Israelites, they're finally in the promised land. It turns out that there were some people there when they got there.
Yeah.
But they went in and took over.
The land was already promised to someone else.
Yeah. Sound familiar? California?
Oh, wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
The nuggets of knowledge right here. He's not afraid. You're not afraid of the truth.
Look, it's just nice that somebody besides white people is going in causing trouble with the indigenous population. That's how I feel about this whole Bible story.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
And how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm very excited for you because it's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We put that in the title of the show today because you informed me of this, because you are going somewhere to have an interaction.
Yes.
With who?
With a little guy, with a guy named Mark Hamill.
He's one of the... Isn't he... Who was he in that Star Wars movie? Was he...
He's Ewok number 4.
Luke Skywalker, I think. That's who you're going to go see?
Yes! Belinda, you just left!
This is for the show. People are excited. Christella's going to go meet Mark Hamill today? Yeah. How exciting is that?
He brought it up, by the way. I did not bring it up.
I know I brought it up because I feel like this is really an incredible moment in your life and in my life.
By the way...
I've already met Mark Hamill. I met him 2 years ago.
Belinda came in right now, and she totally had the reaction that I really loved. Like 100%. We were just talking about it inside the house. And, Jake and I are really... I love Jake. He's a great friend. Belinda gets a shortcut to knowing me.
It's the lady power.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. Did you tell them what the whole conversation was about?
No. We just got into it right now. We just got into it.
So there's someone here who says that they're kin to me. Jake Johansson, Julie. She's from Gladbrook, Iowa, which is where my dad's from. If the comedy thing doesn't work out, I might consider a career as a professor of theology at a Bible college. Doesn't that sound good? Or a televangelist.
You would be great as a televangelist. You both would make a great televangelist couple because you're different. Because you're different from other couples, but I believe in everything you say.
What about if I'm an atheist?
That's even a better televangelist.
That's just a little bit of a speed bump.
Oh,
That's
okay.
No,
because then all the atheists could also be on our thing because they would believe
the atheists don't have a televangelist.
Hello. Yeah.
No,
you're the first televangelist for atheists. There's another.
I'm going to get a really big following. They're going to love me.
Belinda, why aren't we doing this?
Oh my God!
Why aren't we doing this?
Sorry, I'm trying. I'm just Hi everybody. Hello. Sorry, you're getting a weird kind of like half my head.
Keys has got his earplugs in. So.
Oh, are we yelling too much?
Well,
sorry.
It can get a little loud sometimes when you got this many Mark Hamill fans on the show.
Right.
Was Mark Hamill Teen Wolf or was that someone else? Oh my God, Keys, you're confusing your 80s.
The M's.
Mark Hamill, first of all, the Star Wars came out in the 70s.
Yes.
But that's Michael J. Fox, I think. Teen Wolf. Am I wrong?
I love that you came in right when we were talking about Mark Hamill.
I know. I knew that you needed me because I knew Jake was going to say some nonsense thing about take your lightsaber, get him to sign it. You're going to go, Jake, I am too cool for that. And then I'd say, Jake, come on. I've just been trying to explain to you inside that Christella is on the same level as Mark Hamill, and there's no way she would be like, puppy dog.
I wish both of you could accept the idea that I'm trying to help you, and if you listen to me, you would be happy.
But okay, all right. I love you both.
Yes.
I'm going.
You're out?
I'm out. I'm out.
Where are you going?
Well, I've got a thing that I'm preparing for tonight.
What is it?
Well, I'm doing a talk about
Lady
the
Jerry
planet.
is doing a lady talk for some lady people.
Yeah, and if you want to,
no boys allowed.
Yeah, and if any ladies want to hear, it's for Earth Day. I know it's a couple of weeks late, but if you go on my Instagram or on my Twitter, there is a link, and then you can get a ticket for it.
Do you have to prove that you're a lady? I mean,
well, I don't know if they see all the ladies in there, but if you're a first timer, you get to see it for free.
What about trans women?
Women, I think those are ladies, and they're allowed to come.
Yes, whoever.
And
So I could go as long as I
identify. No, you can't, Jerry.
You can't.
That thing in your pants means no, you can't.
No, but that's not how we define ladyhood anymore. Am I right?
You're not a trans
identify
lady.
as a man.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
As I can tell by our conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As we can tell how about the Mark Hamill take your lightsaber? He'd really love it.
As our talks would assume, you identify as a man.
Okay.
Yes,
Love
I
you.
love you. I'll see you in a
Yes,
couple
and
weeks, maybe.
Exactly. We're gonna and then next time we'll do a three-way.
Yes,
Shall we, for that?
yes.
Okay,
Oh yeah, next time we'll do a three-way.
Yes,
How many
definitely.
times have I heard that?
If you had a penny, $1,
Yeah.
$10,000.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
$10.
Next time we'll do a three-way. Oh boy. I'm having trouble centering up the camera.
It doesn't
here.
matter. I'm leaving it in a minute.
Yeah, I know. You're very busy. You told me you couldn't even do the show, so this is a special
Well,
treat.
I was talking to your family. In a weird way, I'm kind of like I'm an adopted relative of the family at this point.
Are you kidding me? I'm trying to get you to move in.
I know.
Yeah.
Would we be cousins, or would I be like what would we be?
Well, I think siblings is more like it.
Yeah, that's what I was
it could be-
thinking.
it could-
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
you're up for the sibling thing?
You let me know. Yeah, I'm up for the sibling thing. Whatever kind of rings or T-shirts or tattoos you think you need to get.
just like
whatever whatever you want.
noogies.
Yeah, whatever you want. Okay, so let's see here. Take a Star Trek item and ask Mark Hamill to sign it. That'll appreciate
Bob, this morning I was actually going to post a picture of me doing the Spock, and then I thought, just as a fun thing, but then I thought, Star Wars fans are not fun. So
Jen's brother met the guy who played Kawatu. Now Kawatu is Kawatu is a little puppet, right, inside of the guy's chest. Or your brother met the actor who played the guy. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused by some of the things that are happening on the show. Rich DeChooch has never seen a full Star Wars movie.
Rich, I get it.
# sad, I think.
But you meet people like that. Jake, you meet people like that.
No, I get it.
know.
I get it.
You meet people like that.
Well,
It's
the
so
first
weird.
Star Wars, unbelievable, right?
Yes.
And the second Star Wars, was that the one with the Ewoks?
Empire Strikes Back. No, that's one of the bad guys one.
The second Star Wars,
Yes.
also incredible. The
Yes.
third one was the Ewoks, was
Yes.
a little bit like, what are they doing?
Yes.
And then it was a long time before the fourth Star Wars, which is really the second Star Wars.
Yeah, which, by the way,
my
look,
God.
if you grew up with A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, that's the name of them. You're taught that was 1, 2, 3. And wait a minute, now I gotta wait 2 decades, and you gotta tell me that I was counting wrong all this time, and really the first movie is actually the fourth movie? Get out of my face! What kind of Star Wars math is this?
It would be a problem. It would be a problem if you ask Mark Hamill to explain this. It's not a good idea. I think
Just
you're
me
better off
telling
getting
you all of this and you're reacting that way makes me feel like you're not a fan of the Force. Are you a fan of the Force?
Yeah, I am.
You seem very laid back.
If I had to
like that.
choose between, well, look, I was an original Star Trek fan, and then
I'm Star Trek too.
and then I was a Star Wars fan.
Yes.
And then I watched the Star Trek movies, but then once they went back in time, and then one was Jar Jar Binks. Was that the fourth one?
Star
or the
Wars
fifth one?
that was, I want to say, the 5th one maybe, because I remember I hated Jar Jar.
That was a little bit of what the hell? It was problematic with the teddy bears, the Ewoks, but then when Jar Jar Binks showed up,
I love the Ewoks. I love the Ewoks so much. Oh my god, I just want to. Oh my god. Oh my god. If I could own an Ewok, I would.
Fanula had a teddy bear that had a little Ewok costume for a while. It may still have it. High quality.
All about it.
So Rachel is saying, what's the event that Mark Hamill is doing? Are you just going over to his house for drinks?
Rachel, Mark Hamill is actually teaming up with my agent, Richard White. They're streaming something online. It's a May the 4th Be With You show where they actually have different people from tied connected to Star Wars, other people that are performing different musical numbers, and they're raising money for charity. Mark Hamill and his wife have a charity that are raising money for kids to help them finish high school. And they're going to be asking for donations throughout the whole stream. And if you look it up, you can look up, it's like Star Wars Quarantine. So it's kind of like quarantine and the word tunes after quarantunes. And they'll be raising money.
Cartoon, not tune like
No, like music.
T-U-N-E.
Yeah, T-U-N-E. And they're actually going to be auctioning off a couple of personal items and stuff. So if you're a Star Wars geek, it might be something that you want to check into.
It sounds interesting. Bob says he thought Ewoks came out when Mickey Rooney got it on with a koala.
He's also the one that's never
not
seen the
everybody.
Star Wars.
Some of his jokes are a little bit weird. Okay. Would you like to hear Ed's version of the letter from Grandma? Have you heard any letter from Grandmas?
I have heard a letter from Grandma. I should go, actually.
Well.
It's a cliffhanger. I have to go. Sorry.
All right. Do you want a hug? We can hug.
We haven't hugged in over a year. Oh, Jake.
So good to see you.
This is so good to see you. Oh.
I know. We're fully vaccinated. That was safe. What we just did, Anthony Fauci has no problem with that.
Jake. Oh. I loved hugging you.
It was nice, wasn't it? Hugging is great. I feel like these people who say we're never going to shake hands again, go F those people right in their A's. Because hugging is awesome. And handshaking is awesome.
Aww.
Other people are awesome.
You guys don't understand how much I adore Jake. I adore Jake. Mm. You're like a little Ewok, really.
I adore you too.
All right, I'm going to go. I will see you eventually.
Okay, Barb is asking if Mark Hamill is married to Pam Dauber. I don't think that's true.
No, Mark Hamill.
That's, no.
Mark Harmon.
Mark Harmon. Pam
CSI.
Dauber is married to Mark Harmon.
Yes.
And Pam Dauber was on a TV show with
Mindy.
Robin Williams, who was an alien,
Yes.
but not from the Star Wars universe.
No.
Yeah.
But related somewhat. You actually tied it very nicely up in a pattern.
From Orc? Orc
Yes,
is related?
Orc. Yeah.
Is Orc involved in the Star Wars universe? I don't think so. Yeah, no.
Not till next season.
Just one thing before you go.
Yes.
Nanu Nanu.
I have the suspenders too, the rainbow ones. All
Next
right,
time.
bye, Jay.
All right, have fun. Okay, so you want to hug Dave? Well, next time. Pick, you got had a cat named Luke. You would tell him, Luke, I am your mother. Nice. All right, so today's letter from Grandma is an intercepted letter from Grandma. Ed, I hope you're still here, because Ed has sent me this letter from Grandma that he intercepted before I received it in San Francisco. I don't know what year this is from, but this is a letter from Grandma via Ed Horst, a fan of the show. All right. Dear Jake, we're thinking of you, so I thought I'd write again. It's starting to feel a lot like summer, finally. Most of the fields have been plowed and planted, but today it rained for an hour, stopped for 10 minutes, then rained again for 15 minutes, then stopped for 10, rained again for 15 minutes, stopped for 10, before finally raining for another hour. Grandpa is starting to write down the patterns since he thinks the clouds might be trying to send a message in Morse code. Last Saturday, we stopped by your parents' house. Sue was there. She said she misses you, but mostly because of your hand-me-down clothes. She's hoping you'll send her some of those suit coats with the big shoulder pads when you're done with them. Your mom was saying your skits were going well, but Grandpa Jay said he wasn't so sure. So we included you as a prayer concern yesterday in church. Multiple people in the fellowship hall afterwards were asking if I thought you might return to finish your veterinary medicine degree. While I said I hoped so, I also said it wasn't likely. Somebody said that a recent veterinary graduate from Iowa State moved to LaPorte City, so maybe they could put a good word for you in if you decide to return. As an alternative, we hope your job at the restaurant is going well, since maybe a career as a waiter could be a good backup. The ladies in the sewing circle at church have decided to try to make our biggest quilt ever. When it's finished, it will fit something called a California King. I told them that is something you might want to know about and could be interested in. Are the beds in California all special sized? I told them I would find out and report back. Perhaps you could send us some pictures of beds in California if that's not too difficult. Oh, I never did do that because I never did get this letter. We had a pot roast and potatoes for Sunday dinner. We went out for a Sunday drive afterwards. They opened a new ice cream shop called Sweet Tooth in Grundy Center, and we wanted to try it. Grundy Center, nice, Ed. You're really pulling out all the local references. It was delicious. I had vanilla and your grandpa had strawberry. That's a little bit of a misstep because grandpa is not alive at this point in my life. His favorite during the drive, we noticed that they finally put in a traffic light in Rhinebeck, another local reference, so you're back in positive score territory. Things are starting to get pretty city-like around here. We did want to tell you the big news. Because of your decision to move to San Francisco, we learned, as you say, that we are free to leave. We hadn't thought of that before, so we're considering moving to Storm Lake. Grandpa has contacted Joe, who works at Century 21, and started asking about houses there. It's still not out of Iowa like you, but it would be a big move for us at our age. But we both want to take up water skiing since it's something fun to do when we fall. We probably won't break a hip. We miss seeing you more regularly. We hope that you will be able to visit soon. Charlotte is again heading to the post office, so I need to sign off. Love, Grandma. Thank you, Ed, for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this week's fan letter from Grandma. Solid effort, Ed. Thank you very much for doing that. And I hope you all appreciated that. And this is another pleasure that is brought to us by fans of the show. As my t-shirt, Iowa guy living in a California world. This is from Dana, who's a fan of the show, who I haven't seen in the Facebook feed for a while because I think he watches afterwards because he has a job. So that's that. So that's that from Dana. And then next week we'll be back to conventional letters from Grandma, unless I get another fan fiction letter from Grandma, which are surprisingly unrecognizable from the actual letters from Grandma. So shall we? It's been a big show today, I have to say. It's been a big day for me because I've had my brunch, I've had my lunch with Christella, Lady Jerry and Christella visiting the show. Super exciting. I'm going to do a question from the question box and then we'll do the C's today. What's your favorite celebrity right now and why? Well, this is an easy one for me. My favorite celebrity is The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And the why is because he's awesome. I love Dwayne Johnson. I think he's terrific. I love his relationship to the fans. I like the movies that he does, but just the way he projects himself and connects to his fans is something that I really admire and aspire to. And if I can make people feel as good about being a fan of mine as I feel about being a fan of Dwayne Johnson, job done, mission accomplished. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, we do need a C's today. That's right. Don't leave yet, Jen. Don't leave yet, Jen. Brad, Jake, fave celeb. Yeah, The Rock is pretty awesome. Or is it The Rock? Favorite celebrity, Jake Johansson. Rachel, especially the way he connects to his fans. Thanks, Rachel. That's what I was hoping to hear. That's the compliment I was fishing for. So we're not going to need a bigger boat. I caught the one I was looking for. Thank you, Rachel. It's time for Seize the Day. Chadwick Boseman. That's an awesome choice for favorite celebrity. All right, today's Seize the Day is from, wait for it. I just had some exciting news today at Jiu Jitsu. I may be appearing as a guest on Jean-Jacques Machado's podcast. So details to follow. Today's Seize the Day is from George Burns. All right. George Burns, famous old guy. Here we go. Seize the Day. George Burns. Look to the future because that is where you'll spend the rest of your life. George Burns, nailing it on a Tuesday. Look to the future because that's where you'll spend the rest of your life. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. There's a lot of future in store for all of us. We're going to be back on the road. We're going to be unmasked and hugging each other in places all across the world. Dare I say the universe. May the 4th be with you. We'll be back tomorrow for Wednesday. And what's our animal tomorrow? Oh, I wrote this down. I wrote it down. What's our animal for tomorrow? The cuttlefish. Cuttlefish Wednesday. See you all tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.